Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's reads. Just a quick couple of things before we get into it. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca. I like to put that out there in case somebody's pirating my stuff. It happens once in a while. It happens to all of us, it seems, one sooner or later. Also, I also do in-person readings in Herkimer, New York. So if you're near Herkimer, New York, feel free to shoot me an email to see if you can get a time slot for that. I have an Instagram that's below that shows my current pricing. Of course, if you would like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. The donation information is also below if you just want to send a donation, which I very much appreciate. That being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Taurus? Ace of Pentacles, right side up, right at the top. We like that. My nose is itching. Why is my nose itching? We do like that. All right, the Wheel of Fortune is here too. And you don't like that, but still. Good things, good things. Ace of Wands shows up too. In the Ace of Swords, not aces. What's up with the aces? I think we're good. Somebody seeing it your way, somebody seeing it your way. That's usually pleasurable, right? People paying attention and listening and going, oh yeah, Taurus has a point. Taurus has a point. So, that Wheel of Fortune. That Wheel of Fortune. You also have the Sun card in the past, right side up. So there's a lot coming in at once. Whatever this is, I feel like this is one of those things that can be easily overwhelming. It's one of those things where at the end of the day, I have to step back and go, oh my God, I got to collect my thoughts. What actually happened? And I have to I feel like I'm going through I feel somebody going through emails and texts and trying to go, all right, I know where we are right now. And I kind of know how we got here, but I want to review emails and texts to understand who did what and to what extent. It's a lot. I feel like it can easily become overwhelming if I don't step back. This reminds me of having a job to where I'm just like, all right, I'm not going to get paid for this. I know that because I'm at home, but I got to reread these emails and I got to understand who did what and why. Because if I'm able to stabilize this for myself and understand why things are happening, not just what's happening, but why, I feel like I can walk forward into the future very confidently and be ready for other possibilities that are coming my way. Because that Wheel of Fortune is coming in, and I get that, whatever the situation is, it has been correct in the past. Life has its variables, and I feel like that's completely acknowledging that. Perfect is a concept. Perfect is also subjective. So for me, a perfect meal is having it with somebody I like, with things that are tasting good. It doesn't have to be everything in its place and everything. That's a perfect meal to me. To me, that's perfect. To me, perfect is a concept like that. Other people have a different, somebody else's version of perfect, I probably would come nowhere near. But it's okay, I feel like you get it. The situation has worked well before, within realistic standards. I feel like you're very in the reality boat on this one. We're not jumping over tall buildings in a single moment here. We're not expecting to either. But whatever's going on here, when that Wheel of Fortune comes in, it's kind of like, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not usually Earth's friend. And you're an Earth sign. That wheel, it's kind of coming in like this, which is telling me it's not the worst, it's not the best. Somebody might be coming into the situation, and it's kind of I don't really know where to put you. It reminds me of working with somebody or working at a company, and then all of a sudden somebody new is on the team, and you're like, we didn't ask for that. Okay, I don't know what we're going to do with that because everybody's very busy. Everybody's very busy doing their own thing, and you want us to... Okay, we'll see. It's kind of like that. In fact, that's the analogy with the I feel like that with the Wheel of Fortune, like it's almost like working in a team that works well, and then somebody new is put on that team, and we're like, why did we do that? Okay, Wheel of Fortune going on here. Not the worst thing. Not the worst thing, I guess. Let's see what we can do with it. When that Wheel of Fortune turns, I feel like we're doing our best to keep it stable. That's Taurus, all day, all night. Stabilize it. All right, we got random things. We were going to have a picnic. It's raining. There's a pavilion. Is it thundering and lightning? Because then we might have to go somewhere else. It's just raining. It's just raining. That's it. And it's not too cold. It's okay. Well, we can do things under the pavilion at least. It's not completely washed out, but maybe not as fun as we were hoping for. But also, I feel like I think Taurus can be a lot of fun. You have your own version of it. Make it as fun as possible. Because, like, if you make it as fun as possible, you're going to lift your energy. But there's a lot of people who I feel like, even if you're not in control of this, they kind of look for you for, like, mood direction. Does that make sense? Like, mood direction. Maybe you're not leading the charge or you're not making these decisions. But I feel like you kind of stabilize the attitude. And if you're kind of like, hey, we're having fun. Hey, this is okay. Hey, things are going well. I feel like people look to you. I don't know if they purposely do it or if it's subconsciously to stabilize their mood. Take it with a grain of salt. I mean, it's a general read, I know. But be aware of that. Your attitude, like, it has to be your literal attitude, though. You can't just play it forward, I don't think. Some of you might be good at that, but I feel like Taurus, what you see is what you get. So if you can find something and a way to make this more pleasurable for you, I feel like that'll create a very pleasant atmosphere for other people. And it also makes, I keep getting this attitude where, oh, Taurus is okay, Taurus thinks this is fine. Well, if Taurus is okay with it, it's probably okay. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. I know I'm talking to a camera. All right, what is this? What is this? This doesn't have to be a bad, okay. This is a good energy for you, whether it's right side up or upside down, because it's an earth card. It's also a card that a lot of people fear. Gotta give you a heads up on that one. The moon reversed, we like that for Taurus, because that's the truth coming out, the mystery being solved. And the Eight of Pentacles, like this, which tells me we're going to keep going with what we can, but we're going to have to change some things. This card's right side up, by the way. So and that says, you know, do your best is basically what it's saying. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be ways to fix these challenges. You can still keep going. This boat is still going to keep floating. You can keep moving forward. It's going to be a little uncomfortable, but you can keep this going. What they actually say is pray from the heart and recognize signs from above. So they're saying, like, this is meant to keep going. Some of it's going to need to change, not everything. Keep working with what you have to keep. And keep accepting or doing your best to make sure it makes sense to accept what has to change. Just do your best. Some of this is going to be deconstructed. People are afraid of this card a lot of times. It's an earth card. It has a lot of boundaries. It has no patience for people who break those boundaries. Can talk about Capricorn sometimes, which is not a bad thing. No sign is good or bad. It's how the energy is being utilized. But what I'm getting with it reversed is, like, some things are not being done like they used to be. And we have to deconstruct. This is, to me, upside down, this feels very much like deconstructing. And there will be some energy that's released. It's kind of like maybe this had a structure that was working, but maybe part of that structure, even though it was working, was unpleasant. It's kind of like growing up eating certain vegetables. Maybe certain vegetables, they had their purpose. They provided some nutrient that was needed, and they got us through, and we were healthy because of it. Then as we get older, we're like, certain things, maybe you develop an allergy, or you're like, you know what, I never really liked that vegetable, and I'm seeing, like, these other vegetables just as good, if not better, and I actually like those. So we're going to phase those out. The ones that I didn't really care for, I thought I had to have them, maybe I don't, but I'm going to bring these in to take that place, and it's going to balance. There is a balance with this. It does seem to work. The mystery's being solved in the sense of, like, I keep getting, like, that makes more sense. Like, we're taking these vegetables out that I didn't like the flavor of, and we're replacing them with these other vegetables that are just as good, if not better, that I actually do care for, I actually do like. It's like removing beets and replacing it with something else with the same vitamin. Something like that. That's how this change is happening. This is just happening. This part, I feel like that's just happening, and I feel like it's just kind of like going with it. We're not even at the question part yet, but we're getting there. Remember, how you feel about it, if you can find a way to make peace with it, you're going to have that effect on other people around you. I feel like people look at you like this barometer, like, if Taurus is okay, then it's probably okay. I don't know that you're meaning to do that, but I would watch. In fact, some of you may be like, I don't know if that's how that works. In the next couple weeks, watch people around you. Watch your attitude. Watch how they act. See how it goes. If you come in and you're in a bad mood, see, do people get quiet? Do people seem to have an unhappy day? If you come in and you're very diligent, like, I need to get this done, do other people seem to follow suit? Like, oh, we need to get this done. I'm feeling that we need to get this done. Watch your attitude and see how it affects other people. Taurus is a very powerful energy. It's also to me, very calm usually, and you just kind of have that effect. When you come into an energy, when you come into the situation, you might kind of change the flow of the what's going on around you based on how you're feeling. It may be very, very impactful. Test it. See if it's actually happening. What's coming in next is a good question. It's the 8 of Wands. They call them staves in this deck. Same thing, fire. That's my way of saying it's the Hierophant, but it's reversed. So, and then the 7 of Fire, which is kind of like things like I'm not getting into something. I'm not being given information. I'm not allowed in. I want in. Somebody's like blocking me from getting in. And I feel like certain people are moving forward, but I'm not. This next phase, certain people are moving forward, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't like this. But it doesn't have to be bad. I feel like when this originally happens, I feel like your knee-jerk reaction, your honest reaction is going to be like, I don't like this, because it's not feeling comfortable to me. It's like, all right, we're going to use that thing. Somebody new came into the department. All right, we did that. And now, it's like the majority of the department is going to be a part of this project, but not you. I feel like it literally, that's how it feels. So like if there's 12 people on this team, maybe 9 of those people are going to be a part of this project, and you're one of the 3 that's not. And it's kind of like, what? Especially because of the dice coming out. And I feel like the way it changes, it's kind of like, things are changing really fast, but like technically not for you, but yes for you. You know what I mean? If the majority of the team is doing something else, you're still doing what you were, but like, wait, what's going on? Like, who's going to do those jobs? How's that going to happen now? I feel like my knee-jerk reaction is like, I don't like that. Don't invest in this just yet. Is this a temporary project or permanent? Is a good question, because I don't know just yet. The World reversed. Who had this? Somebody else had that card. One of the Earth signs, which is Virgo, Capricorn, one of them had the World reversed. I don't remember which one. And then the Two of Pentacles. The reason I mention it is if this reading is hitting and you're looking for more information, one of those signs might have more information for you. It might have been Capricorn that had the World reversed. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure off the top of my head. You want to communicate at this point. And what is the second card? Deeper insights are at hand. Yeah. Why are we doing this? We want to be a squeaky wheel. we don't have to be throwing a fit. I'm not saying that. You know, take it the way you got to take it. But like, we got to communicate. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Why are 3/4 of the team doing that, and me and so and so and so and so aren't? Like, what's going on? What's up with that? What's the deal? We want to squeak it. We want to squeak it. We're gonna be squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Like, we don't want to be throwing a fit. I'm not saying that, but we want to be a squeaky wheel. Be a squeaky wheel. Do yourself a favor. I don't think of Taurus as a squeaky wheel normally. Maybe I'm wrong. I get along with Taurus quite well though. Be a squeaky wheel. Get some answers. Get that communication going. Because there's things that you can know. You just gotta push it and like push the envelope. Like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? What's going on? Hey, what's going on there? Ironically, I love this over here. Because we also have your card coming right up. Right here. Hierophant, that's you. People actually will respond to that. They need to know you're invested. They need to know that you're like, wait, if you're too compliant with it and you're quiet about it, I get this weird feeling that people are like, well, apparently Taurus doesn't care, so I don't think we have to worry about it. Say something. Say something. You can get information. This information is very important to you. Your Earth. Taurus is Earth, you know what I mean? You like to know what's coming, not for nothing. You want to know what's coming down the road. You know, you don't want to just be on the bus and like, I guess we'll see what happens. Typically, in my opinion, Taurus likes to know the path they're going and like what stops are going to be made and why and what to expect this and when to expect that. You like to be prepared, typically. This will help you. This will get you in that place. I feel like you're going where you're going anyway. It's like you're probably already on this bus, but it's kind of like if you know what's coming up, you can make much, much, much better decisions, and you want that. I don't feel like it's going to take a lot to convince the people this is hitting for to do that. There are some like really fast things coming up too. That won't be as bad for you if you know it's coming. It's kind of like for me, like for example, say next year there was going to be a marathon that everybody was going to get together and do for a good cause. It's kind of like, oh, I'd want to be a part of that. If you find out 2 months ahead of time, that may be really hard to participate. You're like, well, I can do the drink thing. I can hand out drinks or hand out information, but I don't think I'm going to have my body up to speed to do that marathon within 2 months. I don't know if that's going to work. But knowing a year ahead of time, if you decide you want to run, you're like, oh, I can, and I kind of want to. I want to be in that part of it. You have a whole year to train, a whole year to get ready. You can do a lot of preparation. It doesn't have to be an issue. You can make an easy decision whether you want to or not. You can even take a couple months to decide if you want to or don't. You can look at all the different options and the way you can participate. Maybe it's not that, but maybe there's other things, and you're like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. You could see a lot more, make a lot bigger array of decisions versus like, oh, well, it's 2 months away, and we just need this now. So if you know, the sooner you know, the more you can do. The more leverage you'll have too. Leverage is huge. Huge with Taurus, in my opinion. Huge. We want the leverage. What is this? Trust in purpose. Trust in divine purpose. Okay, same thing. Ace of Wands. Is that the King of Swords? Coming right side up. We like that. We like that a lot. You will be asked what you want. If you know ahead of time what you want, this will not be a problem. If you get a short time to make a decision, this will be a problem. This will be a problem. There's a lot more comfort the sooner you know. Be that squeaky wheel. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm getting like it's in your best interest to be that squeaky wheel. You know, this is a general read. Take it with a grain of salt. Make sure it makes sense for your situation. Make sure you're squeaky in a place that actually gets you the oil and doesn't get you somebody like smacking you with a hammer. If you follow me on that. Like, you know, sometimes there's a squeaky wheel and people just hit it with a hammer. Like, why is it squeaking? If I just hit it a couple times, it'll work right. That's not fixing the machine. It needs oil. Sometimes you got to be careful who you communicate with. Make sure they're going to work to your benefit. Like, I feel like you already know this, but like, before you start being that squeaky wheel, before you start communicate, step back and like, who's going to actually tell me the truth, for one? And who's going to like use it in my benefit? Who's going to use it against me? Who can I start this conversation with? Like maybe it's somebody who doesn't have answers but has, you know, worked with these people before. Maybe I'll see, do they already know something? Maybe I'll quietly get my way in and like say, you're a part of that meeting. Have they mentioned anything about this, that, or the other thing? No, but I'm sure, Miss Donahue would tell you. Oh, really? Is she about? Yeah, I don't really know her that well. Oh, I'll introduce you. Get your way in that way. Maybe I think that's what I'm supposed to say. Work with those that you know first, and see if you can get especially if there's people who have answers or you think have answers that you don't know yet. Work with the people you know first and see if they can kind of get you in. I feel like Taurus will do this anyway, but just in case you wouldn't, in case you need that information, there you go. I like how this is going. I feel like this is a good reading. We'll find out. We'll find out how y'all feel about it in the comments, but I feel like this is setting you up for better success. I kind of think success is here anyway, but if you could end up with $10 versus $100, I'm sure you prefer the $100. I'm just saying. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.